everyone! For today's video, I'm about to reviewing the 2017 film, a fourth installment to a dead cinematic universe, and became my favorite, called Wonder Woman. Jeez! Seeing her in the big screen on Batman v Superman, even though that film was a dumpster fire, it's one of the best moments I've ever seen in DCEU history. As Gal Gadot as Diana, such a perfect casting! Man, seeing her in live action debuted in the cinema is something that I will never forget. The third act, the Trinity, wow, that is amazing. And a year later, after Batman v Superman, DC finally making a Wonder Woman movie. And as it turns out, it's one of the few DCEU movies that are probably better than all the installments, exception of Shazam and the Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn. The one who made Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy became one of the best trilogies since Captain America trilogy and maybe Tom Holland's ones. And plus, it's a female-led superhero film. It's one of the few that it's better than Black Widow, better than Captain Marvel. Maybe Wakanda Forever is a competition of this movie. I think both are great. And that's all things considered about this movie. It's one of the greatest DCEU movies I've ever seen. So let's rate this movie, shall we? Alright, so for Wonder Woman, I'm giving the action 4.5 stars. Man, the action sequences are well choreographed, exciting, and one of the best in a female-led superhero movie. These action sequences are a great showcase for Gal Gadot's skills as a fighter. The movie also does a good job of balancing the action with the story and character development. What I like more about the action is the Amazonian fight scene where Germany take on against a lot of Amazonians, that was cool. The No Man's Land scene, the World War I scene, that was iconic. It's emotional, it made me cry at the same time. It is amazingly epic. And then the villages of Belle, 10 times better because there's Steve and the rest of his crew helping Diana a bit. And the final battle between Diana and Ares, the god of war, which makes it even amazing and satisfying. Comedy, I'm giving it 3.5 stars. There are some funny moments in the movie, and they are mostly light and self-aware, as they don't detract from the overall tone of the movie, which is amazing. There are some of the funniest moments in the movie come from Diana's interactions with the people of the outside world. That's physical comedy, and looks like she's very awkward and naive. Another humor that really make it funny is the relationship between Diana and Steve. He's a bit wisecracking ladies man, which often teases her. Man, I love the funny banter between these two. Story of the movie, I'm giving it 4.5 stars. The story is well paced, engaging, heartwarming. It is a classic coming-of-age story with a strong female protagonist. The film is full of action, adventure, and romance. It is also a story about hope, courage, and the power of love to change the world. It does a great job of balancing these different elements, and the result is a truly heartwarming and inspiring story despite it's a superhero film. And not to mention, some of the characters are well developed, especially Diana and Steve, which I love it even more. Suspense of the movie, I'm giving it 4 stars. The movie does a good job of building suspense throughout, with several moments where the audience is on the edge of their seats, wondering what will happen next. Like the scene where Diana entering No Man's Land and witnesses the horrors of war. And there are casualties because this film is World War I in a superhero film. And then the climax where Diana fights Ares throughout the whole movie. That makes audience guessing if Ares gonna win or Diana. And lastly, for pacing, I'm also giving it 4 stars. It's well paced, it did not drag at any point, and it kept me interested throughout. Some of the things I like, which is the movie starts up slowly in the first act, but it builds momentum as it goes on. The action sequences are well paced and exciting, and the movie does not overstay its welcome. For casual fans who love superhero movies, but it's a female character who is a main lead, I'm giving it S. For cinephiles, I'm giving it S. And critically, I'm giving it S. If there's a DCEU movie that is slightly better than all its installments and it has a great direction, a right storytelling, excellent writing, amazing performances, and some of the best visuals and great soundtrack, not to mention a great action sequences, Wonder Woman has all of them. Seriously, it's one of the best movies in the DCEU so far. You know why Wonder Woman is a better film than all the movies in the DCEU? Gal Gadot's performance was amazing, bringing a sense of strength, compassion, and optimism to the role. Also, the right direction. Patty Jenkins directed the movie with a strong visual style and a keen eye for action sequences. Sucks that its sequel did not have this magic anymore. You got the great storytelling. It's a classic origin story, but it's also told in a fresh and engaging way. It explores the themes of hope, compassion, and the power of love, which it resonated with the audiences, especially mine. The setting itself, set during World War I, which provides a unique backdrop for the story, not only for Diana, but for Steve and his crew. The film also features some stunning visuals, including the Amazonian island of Themyscira, which makes it epic. And overall, Wonder Woman is a well-made film with a strong story, excellent performances, and stunning visuals. It is a film that is sure to please fans of the character and superhero movies in general. Why DCEU can't making some of the best movies like this? It lacks connection, it lacks of storytelling, and its character arcs. Whilst the action is amazing in a dark tone which it really fits, the story itself is lacking. Unlike this one, it's a better DC movie. I'm giving it 10 over 10. It's one of the few DCEU movies that is being perfect. I'm giving it a Sonic Frozen fan guaranteed.